It's time to break down some football.
We got to get our mind right. Touchdown, win.
From the perspective of guys who played in the NFL.
Caught, touchdown!
And a guy who had one really great sack in high school.
Oh, you're so weak. You're a waste of my time.
Greg Camarillo and Marcus McNeil are the pros. And Skraby is the Joe.
Let's go. Let's go. Let's go.
Two Pros and a Joe starts right now.
Two Pros and a Joe, episode number 2 of the week of September 20th. And I am Matt Skraby. I am the Joe of the podcast. We got Greg Camarillo, the pro of the podcast, at Catch Camarillo. You got Marcus McNeil, the other pro of the podcast. He is at Marcus McNeil 73. And you can find us at the number 2 Pros and a Joe on Twitter or Instagram. I am at Matt Skraby. And we are going to get right into it as we have been doing because we have so much to talk about. And we're going to rank our top 3 quarterbacks right now. And this could be an interesting exercise, or we all could have the same quarterbacks. But I'm pretty sure that we're going to have a little bit of a different feel. So we'll start at 3, and Jimmy Garoppolo for me goes number 3. I'm just kidding. Just kidding. I will not go with Jimmy Garoppolo. But for me and my number 3 pick, I am going to choose I'm going to choose Dak Prescott. I really do think that Dak is see, this is crazy because we've already made it crazy. I think Dak is number 3 just because he is coming off of a major injury, and you see it when the Cowboys are good on offense, when he can throw the ball around, they could be unstoppable. And Dak has CeeDee Lamb, he's got Amari Cooper, he's got everybody. I like Dak at number 3. What do you think, Marcus? Who's your number 3? I'm
actually going to take Lamar Jackson at number 3. No. I'm sorry. I'm putting Patrick Mahomes at number 3. I had my list. Wow. I got Patrick Mahomes at number 3. Number 3. He's a great quarterback, but he's surrounded by so much talent. I'm just not sure if it's like you just being overwhelmed with talent or you're that quarterback, that guy, So he hasn't won every big game for me, that I wanted to see him win. So he does have those stripes against him, but he's a great quarterback. I'm just not putting him top right now. Definitely.
Wow. All right. Yeah. I'm glad we didn't discuss this coming into the podcast. So now I guess
absolutely. Yeah.
My number 3 is Skraby's favorite genitals, Tom Brady. To me, he's the 3rd best quarterback at this very moment.
Really?
Yep.
At this very moment.
I put him at 3rd just because he can't move. I mean, the dude can throw well. He gets his guys open. I mean, he's got talent around him, but I don't judge a quarterback based on that. Yeah, if I was starting a team today, assembling a team, there are 2 other guys I would take before I would take Tom Brady.
So you don't judge a quarterback by his cover, I guess, huh? Because what else more do you need? This Tom Brady.
I can watch a quarterback work and see if it's the weapons doing it or see if it's the quarterback doing it. Is the quarterback making his weapons better, or are the weapons making the quarterback better? A fine example is Jared Goff. And now people have been slandering him ever since he's been traded. I still think he's an okay quarterback, but to me, the coach and the receivers and the system made him a better quarterback. Whereas what would be the flip side of that? That's Russell Wilson making his guys around him better receivers because of what he brings to the table.
I feel really stupid with my Dak Prescott pick now, but
that's why we're doing this. Right?
But I have to keep it, so I have to keep it.
Hey, there's no way can't go back.
No way, can't go back. All right, Marcus, then you're going to start with your number 2 quarterback.
Number 2, I'm going with the golden boy, Tom Brady, the GOAT, they call him, and I'm going for the exact opposite reasons that Greg said. Yeah, he can't run, but the way he thinks and is able to manipulate the field is like no other person I've seen. I've only got up and stood up and watched very few quarterbacks play. And that's because I'm usually sitting my fat ass on the bench trying to catch, you know what I'm saying, some oxygen or something, or some water. But I could not believe that this man could walk down the field on a number one defense that we had the year that we played him. And he did it consistently the whole game. And he's not even doing it consistently the whole game. Like since I played, he's been doing it since I retired. You know what I'm saying? Like every time I turn on the damn TV, it's like, why would you give this man the ball back? Stop giving him the ball. Do not give this man the ball back with more than 2 seconds left. He has 5. What are you doing? That's the type of shit I'm saying when Tom Brady is there. So if you're that good, I don't care how old you are. You're my number 2 quarterback.
And no argument. Those are all facts. I agree 100% with you. This motherfucker said he's going to play till he's 50, and I have no reason to believe that he can't. Fucking avocado ice cream, ordering it right now. My number two is Lamar Jackson. And it's just like we talked about on the other podcast, and his versatility with the game on the line, 4th and 2. That's the guy I want with the ball. I know that this guy, Lamar Jackson, is causing defensive coordinators nightmares. And if I'm starting a team, that's the second guy I'm picking as my quarterback because of that versatility. I can do anything that I want that I can draw up with that guy at quarterback, except maybe balls outside the hash. But that's throwing those balls. But that's all right. We can make up some other shit where he just runs outside the hash.
This is actually not a very easy thing to do because there's so much good quarterback play right now. I saw Justin Herbert make some throws that I haven't seen another quarterback make. I can't make him my number 2 because the team lost and they didn't punt the ball. So I can't really make him number 2, but I gotta go with Lamar Jackson. We talked about him in our first episode of the week, and he really impressed me on Sunday. And I know that he's a great quarterback. He's an NFL MVP. But he really impressed me with that drive at the end of the game. Like it seemed like he took that next step in his career to where he is now also a game manager in his mind as well. So he can run it, he can throw it, and now he's also using his mind to manipulate the game on the field and with the clock and all this other stuff. So I would say Lamar Jackson is my number 2. All right, Greg, number 1. Who you got?
All right, and it's, I like data. I like hard cold.
Oh, yeah, here we go. Case study.
So the man signed a 10-year contract worth up to $500 million. 10 years, $503 million, which tells me that contractually, by numbers, he is the best quarterback, Patrick Mahomes. There's no arguing, man. The throws he makes, the clutchness of him, that's not a word, but just roll with it. And if he has to run, he can run. He's not the fastest guy in the world, but he is by far the most well-rounded in every category. If I'm building a franchise, it is starting with that dude. Absolutely 100%.
I guess I'm going to go as well. Patrick Mahomes is my number 1 quarterback. I mean, you can't, he's just whatever Greg said. I'm not going to even try to expound upon it. What do you think, Marcus? Number 1 quarterback for you?
Well, we talked about him, so I don't got to say much about him. What's understood don't got to be explained. I'm going with Lamar Jackson.
All right.
Yeah.
The one problem I have with Patrick Mahomes, I saw some social media thing that said he sounds like Kermit the Frog, and once you hear it, you'll never not hear it.
He totally does.
I cannot unhear it.
He totally does.
Just like Kermit. Poor dude.
Why did you say that? Why did you say that?
I was waiting until Patrick Mahomes. We went out there and we won. And it was really good, and I love ketchup. He also has a really annoying little brother.
They're all getting paid, man. Good for them.
I mean, his little brother is like dancing on the field before. People are making fun of him because he looks like an idiot. And then during the game, he starts pouring water on Ravens fans who are like cheering against him. Like, get it together, bro.
I agree with that.
Yeah. And not to mention his wife or fiance or whatever, she's all over it's social media, like defending him. Like, he's fine. Leave him alone. He has an MVP and a Super Bowl title. Leave him alone. Hey, he's okay.
I don't know if you've been watching the stadium fights lately, but he's fucking lucky because there's been some people getting their ass papped out this year. You hear me? I don't know if it's like a new rule where like, hey, security, give that shit 30 seconds, let that shit die down, then come in.
Like hockey.
You know what I'm saying? But like, it seems like they're going like a lot longer right now, and the footage Because
Man.
of Instagram and social is like A1. It's like I can sit there and get some popcorn and shit.
See that that stuff like actually kind of bothers me. It really does. But I thought it was hilarious when two Cowboys fans were fighting and they fell in the lake outside of SoFi Stadium. Because if you're an idiot enough to fight against your own team fan member or whatever and then fall into the lake, then definitely you're an idiot. And I like to see that happen. So all right, those are our top 3 quarterbacks. Now, before we get into the fuck, we're gonna go the fuck. We're gonna talk about the taunting penalties. That's a big thing that's going on right now in the NFL. I saw someone tweet today, and I'm over Twitter, but I have to be on it because it's got good information. It's got stuff I can't find anywhere else. But some guy wrote, Roger Goodell should be embarrassed with himself for these taunting penalties. It's like, get over it. Like, Roger Goodell is not embarrassed over these taunting penalties. Do I know why they made this new rule about taunting? No, I have no idea why they made it. And some of these things that there's like compilations on Twitter and on YouTube of all of these penalties. Like someone spun a ball in front of the guy where we've seen it a million times, 15 yards. That is impacting the game. I don't think that's what the rule they were talking about, but what do you guys think about these? I mean, you guys played in an era where Chad Ochocinco was wearing jackets and TOs pulling out Sharpies and all this other
cell
stuff.
phones out of the field goal. All right, so we know where it comes from because the man spoke on it. John Mara, I'm hoping I'm saying that right, New York Giants owner. Yes. The part of the competition committee flat out said, I don't like seeing that. Fucking old ass rich people complaining about these young people having fun. That's all that is, man.
Speak on
the rule is horse shit. Let them play. If I whooped your ass, let me stand up and talk shit. I'm not gonna hit you. I'm not gonna slap you. I'm not gonna punch you. I'm just gonna let you know I whooped your ass. Line up. Let's get after it again. It's terrible. It's terrible, Scrabes.
Yeah, it is. I mean, what do you think, Marcus?
Fucking bullshit. Like, come on. Like, what the fuck are we doing out here? We not out here playing fucking chess or no shit like that, you know, like where I'm supposed to like stand up and, you know, give you a handshake at the end of that shit, you know, like, no, I just hit you in the fucking mouth. If you fall down, I'm gonna let you know, like, I'm about to come and hit you harder next time, you know. If I've been sitting here trying to get off the line the whole time to score a touchdown, like Greg, he fucking goes and one hand mosses somebody for the touchdown, like, get up and let them know about it. Like, shit, like that's half of the game. You know what I'm saying? That intensity, that camaraderie that you have with your teammates, you know what I'm saying? To be able to get up and like celebrate in the time when you make a play. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's half of the reason some people make plays, just so they can fucking, you know, go run down to the camera and put the ball in there or come up with a new dance with the rest of the defense. Like, that shit just adds to the pageantry of the game. Like, that's the shit that like little kids watch. Like, they love it. You know, they reenact it whenever they're playing in the backyard playing football. I remember I had a football camp where it was a lineman football camp, but we would throw a touchdown to the lineman, and then they got to show me their best end zone dance. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm promoting this shit. You know,
big boys love that drill too.
Come on, man. Don't take away from I just feel like it's taken away from the game, Greg. You're right. Like, shit, fucking rich fucking, you know what I'm saying, ass owners sitting there like they want to sit there and have their fucking crackers and cheese and their wine and fucking watch the game like with some jazz in the background and shit. And that's not how the shit's played.
I do love that. I do love
Sounds like a nice night, actually.
It does sound like a nice night. It does.
Yeah, for you and the wife.
Yeah, I mean, these taunting penalties are stupid, and also some of these roughing the passer penalties are stupid as well. I mean, they're changing the outcome of games, and it's really crazy to think that there's billions of dollars on the line, but someone's judgment is going to be used to penalize a team, and it's just crazy, man. I don't know. They might as well put airbags on the quarterbacks now. You know,
they're trying to get Tom to 50, man. Tom needs to get to 50.
Anything for 50, yeah.
They're like, it's a hitting Tom Brady past the age of 49 penalty. It's a 25-yard penalty, and they automatically get a touchdown.
Like, I wouldn't be surprised if, like, before he snaps the ball, somebody fucking throws a flag, and then it's like, what the fuck was that flag for? Offsides? No, you were thinking about hitting Tom Brady. I fucking saw you.
Saw it in your eyes.
I saw it in your eyes. I saw you. I saw you. You was going to go around the edge, grab his fucking ankle. I'm stopping that shit right now.
It's so funny because Tom, when he gets hit, he gets so pissed. It's like, dude, you're playing football. He gets so pissed. He gets up. He's all angry, like, "Oh my god, I can't believe actually someone hit me. What the fuck is this?"
It's 44, man. You should be upset when somebody hits you at 44.
Yeah, tell your lineman. Tell your lineman. All right, Greg, you came up with the segment. You start us off. What are we doing right now?
Welcome to the new segment called The Fuck.
I love this already.
All right, man. So you know that moment and you're watching a game and there's some questionable shit that happened and you're sitting on your couch and the only thing you can say is
The fuck. Yeah.
That's what we're talking about.
Yeah.
All right, gentlemen. Welcome to The Fuck, episode 1. All right. So Chargers versus the Cowboys. The Cowboys are driving to go try to win this game. They got, let me get the exact information. They get to the Chargers 41. You're looking at a 56-yard field goal. They run the ball on second down, 33 seconds left. They do nothing. They don't line up to run the next play. They don't call a timeout. They let the clock tick down to 3 or 4 seconds to secure a 56-yard field goal for Greg the Leg, who missed several field goals the week before. Great nickname, Greg the Leg, but his leg hasn't been all that great. Mike McCarthy said after the game, "I have never had a clock go off the board on me like that." To that, I say, the fuck?
Yeah, what is he even talking about?
Clock, it runs the same every game for your entire career. That was, I despise, I loathe, I hate poor clock management. Like, that is literally your job. And to sit there with time on the board with a timeout in your pocket and be content with the 56-yard field goal, man, that shit blew my mind.
That is a good one. That is a really good one.
That is the fuck. That's what the fuck is going on right now.
That's the shit that'll get you fired. That's what that is. In addition to just blowing my mind.
Does Mike McCarthy have a more clueless look than ever on his face?
Man. The only person who's looked more clueless, and we're leaving the NFL, Clay Helton, USC, when Stanford was kicking their ass. He just
he had to put it in there.
Oh my god! And then they fired him. So now McCarthy is number 1.
Yeah, that is you had to squeeze that in there, a little Stanford love after beating USC.
Yeah, we just put him the fuck on the hot seat. That's what the fuck we just did.
I don't know if you had one, Marcus, but I'll go real quick and then we'll finish up with you. But my the fuck moment was Zach Wilson playing the game of football on Sunday.
Oh my God.
I literally was watching it. He was intercepted 4 times in his first 10 pass attempts, and I kept laughing harder and harder each time he got it. And then after the loss, he was trying to make it okay in the press conference, but he said, quote, "This is what we signed up for, right? There's going to be games like this, the ups and downs. I just have to remember the situation I'm in. I'm an important piece in this whole thing. I just have to keep learning and getting better. You have to keep that swag and that mojo every single week." What swag and what mojo? Because you guys didn't win your first game and you threw 4 interceptions in your first 10 attempts on Sunday against the Patriots.
Now,
fuck.
I mean, that man, because it's Zach Wilson, BYU guy, Mormon guy, we might call it the frick for him because he's not out there cussing.
The freak is going on.
But Scrapes, I had that same thing. I'm looking at the stats. This dude had 2 completions, 2 picks, 3 completions, 3 picks. I was like, how far can this go? Can he end up with more picks than completions?
Oh man, and those Jets fans are gonna just eat him alive.
They're gonna eat him, a little small town boy in a big city life. They're gonna eat him alive, man. And then to say this is what I signed up for.
You signed up for throwing 4 picks?
Nobody drafted your ass to throw 4 picks.
That is not what we signed up for. That is absolutely not what the fuck we signed up for. All right.
You showed up to the game well prepared, man. That was outstanding. The fucking right there.
Yeah, there we go. What do you got,
Okay.
Marcus?
Okay. I'm going a little bit of a different route because
All right.
I was a little bit pleased at the end of this the fuck, right? All right. So CeeDee Lamb catches a pass in the game, the Chargers versus Dallas game. He makes a cut and then takes it for about 30 yards, right? I'm already like, oh shit, off the cut. And then he's dipping down the field for about 30 yards, and he got Dak Prescott on his right side. This motherfucker flips that bitch to him. So I'm like, the fuck? Oh, you out here wilding, CD. I see you, boy.
You talking about the end of the half?
Yeah, right.
Yeah. That was to Zeke. But that shit was sexy.
That shit was sexy, right? Hey, that's why I said though.
Yeah.
They almost did it.
They almost did it.
Hey, if he would, only thing that would have made it better if Zeke would have scored right there, but they went down on the one.
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah.
And then I was yelling the fuck for another reason because I was like, man, if they score a touchdown, this isn't Dak Prescott's touchdown anymore because they lateraled it, so I wouldn't get fantasy points for it. So fuck.
That fantasy fuck everything up.
Hey man, you guys showed up to the session. I like that. I
love it. I love it. Well, that's it for this week's episode. We will be back next week. 2 pros and a Joe. We got Marcus McNeil at Marcus McNeil 73. Also on Instagram, you're M McNeil 73. Is that correct?
M McNeil 73.
I know you're more of an Instagram guy than a Twitter guy, so you can go hit up Marcus at M McNeil 73. Greg Camarillo on Twitter at Catch Camarillo. I'm at Matt Skraby on everything, and then our podcast is at the number 2 pros and a Joe. And so please share our podcast, review our podcast, download our podcast. Let us know anything that you want to let us know. We're always willing to approve, and this was fun. I'm glad that we did the fuck because that was really fun. And now all weekend, I'm just gonna look for the fuck moments.
It won't be hard. Hey, Scray, how you gonna sit there and call me out about IG like that? What? I'm more of an IG guy. I'm not.
Well, you are
an IG guy, man.
Isn't that the truth? Isn't that
You're
the
an
truth?
IG guy. I'm a Twitter guy. Scraby's a TikTok guy.
Hey.
Yes. For all your dick talking needs, at Matt Skraby.
He has all the OnlyFans going. I'm telling you, just call him, get him. Watch your fucking email blow up now, Scray.
I don't want it to. At 2 pros and a Joe. All right, we'll be back next week. Thanks for everybody for listening.